Hello and welcome to my reflections on day 51. And I thought it's been a while since I've sat in the garden, and my daughter put these beautiful flowers in to make my videos a little bit more colourful. I've not had an opportunity to sit in the garden and to do that. So today I thought I'd do that, and you could all see Charlotte's flowers. So 51. 51 is about recognising, the Tao talks about recognising the inner energy, the inner source of, and the fact that we're all connected to it. I suppose in some way, shape or form, a little bit like the internet, only with a nobility around what goes on it. But and it talks about that connection with that inner virtue, and really truly allowing us as individuals to connect with our own inner virtue. Now, once again, it was one of those passages that I had to read a few times and read it again throughout the day as I had different experiences through the day to see how I was going to bring that to life for myself. Because the idea of having a real strong, powerful inner virtue is a lovely one, but even as I say it now, how to actually create the meaning of the meaning of that, and to make it occur meaningfully in the world. I think some qualities arrived out of paying attention to that. For me, one is empathy. We very often are born into an environment of difference. We are different because we are, male or female. We are different because of our race, because of our gender, because of our family name, because of the location and place that we're in. And what we sometimes do is tune into those differences, which mean then that we concentrate on the difference rather than the sense of connection. And one of the things that really became apparent, or thoughts that popped in as I focused on this idea of connecting with inner virtue, is that do you know what? I'm a member of the human race. Is that in some way, shape or form, why not choose to be connected to every other person on the planet, to wish them peace, love and courage, and on their journey through this world. And while some of those people may think and feel things that are totally and utterly beyond my realm of consciousness, or beyond my realm of awareness, it doesn't mean to say that that I'm not connected. And so I think, what did I come away with, which probably sounds like quite a grand idea, is my family, the human race, my address, planet Earth, and therefore then recognising that I am part of something far greater than I can ever possibly conceive of, and also recognising that all of that is also me, because my perception of whatever I experience is occurring in my head, which then creates emotions and feelings in my body. There's a phrase that we use all the time in coaching, and I'm sure I've probably used it quite a few times in the last 51 episodes, is perception is projection. How do we experience the world? We experience the world as we think we see it. We all know there's those moments where, that sometimes, especially as young people, we can convince ourselves that, there's a monster under the bed, and actually when you turn the light on, it's just a teddy bear that's fallen down. Nothing's actually changed other than the light being on or off. Actually, it's our perception of what we think is occurring. I remember once being being away, and seeing a gentleman who was with me become incredibly upset, thinking that there was a snake on the path in front of us. And the reality of it was it literally was, it was the belt off a dressing gown as someone was walking through the hotel complex to the swimming pool. And the difference in the physical response had gone from, almost abstract terror through to, oh my word, and incredibly, I found the thing incredibly funny. So what do I think about in that thing is that sometimes we have to recognize that when we connect with our inner virtue and our inner connection with all things and all people, is that the way that we do that is by recognizing is that how we perceive them, it is inside us. It is our choice. We experience the world as we choose to experience it, not necessarily as it actually is. And we know that, and that resonates very often for lots of people deeply. When we live in a place, when we're choosing to be able to recognize that inner virtue and recognizing that we can be in control and in charge of what we create as our outcomes. So yeah, yesterday felt like a very powerfully philosophical day. Some of the lessons and some of the verses of the Tao have felt very easy to understand and sometimes easy or difficult to implement. And some of them, whilst I fully appreciate the essence that sits behind it, is that sometimes I've had to work quite hard with the language of how it's been shared and to think about how to be able to bring it to life, 2,500 years later, for me personally, in my life here every day, because I'm sure there are some people that will watch this at some point in time and see something or feel something quite significantly different about what I've said. May even think what I've said is incredibly naive or stupid or any of those things, but I don't really mind. What's been really important for me is holding myself to task every day about exploring my relationship with what I am experiencing. So yesterday was a day that initially felt challenging to comprehend. Once I managed to comprehend what I felt the Tao was saying yesterday, it then allowed me to play with that idea. And that's one of those ideas that will just keep on going, is perception, is projection. When we watch the news, when we connect with other people, when we spend time around other people, especially those people that challenge us, the things in life that challenge us the most, we have the most to learn from, because those people are different. We like the people who are like us, and so the people that are not like us, normally we find the most difficult to be around. But to see the virtue in them, to recognize that we are connected, and that actually the reason why they're challenging to be around at times is because of how I perceive who and what they are, and how and who and how I'm turning to process how they're behaving. So yeah, a powerful day, a really powerful day. Today's day 52, and as they say in nautical circles, I'll see you in the fog lifts.